Okay, well, this is Inner City Press. We've just covered the bail hearing of Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX, and on the government's consent, he will be released today on $250 million bond, mostly unsecured, but secured in part by his parents' home in Palo Alto, where he will be living and appearing, virtually apparently, for the next proceeding on January 3rd before Judge Abrams. Now, this was done because the government agreed to release. I have to say from the up top, I'll turn this around top, that I cover the magistrate's court here every day in the Southern District of New York, and I see them asking for detention of people for, in one case today, a man moving a box that contained narcotics from one car to another. He was detained entirely pre-trial and he's pled guilty. The decision here was apparently rode on the fact that he consented to extradition and wants to defend these charges, and he's a first-time offender. And it was also said that because he's no longer a threat in any way because he's not with FTX, his notoriety will make it impossible for him to do financial transactions or to flee. Now remember, Ghislaine Maxwell was detained, and rightfully so, prior to trial. She was pretty notorious herself. She was detained. Of course, this was sex trafficking of children. But I'm not sure what message it sends that a person that with over $1 billion of fraud is released, and a man who moved a box from one car to another in the Bronx is detained pre-trial. But let me give a little bit of color before ending this. Bankman-Fried was brought into court by marshals from the holding cell in a suit and sat between his two lawyers throughout. He said only one line in the entire proceeding, which is "yes, I do," that he understood, that if he violates these conditions, a warrant will be issued for his arrest. He got a pretty good deal, and I can't help but contrast the vehemence of some of the statements about the epic fraud with this pretrial release. There was also no mention during the proceeding of the two cooperators, Ellison and Wang, when it seemed like that would really go to strength of evidence. In any event, that's the decision that's made. InnerCityPress.com. We're going to cover the trial throughout that and on Matthew Russell Lee on Patreon. Check it out.